the MacBook Pro 2012. They released this MacBook in 2012, along with the Retina display as well. This was the last time Apple released two generations at the same time. So the Retina got all the upgrades along with the unibody design. So this was the unibody generation. So the second generation of the MacBook, aluminum body across the whole entire build. It has the black bezels, black keyboard, and it all lights up as well. This is the Pro model, so it's a little more powerful than the regular MacBooks at the time. It has a very nice glass trackpad, which feels really good today. Multi-touch gestures, and it's very responsive. And it's quite large as well. Even with my other Windows laptop, the trackpad is only so big, and that came out in 2014. Well, this came out in 2012, along with the previous years, still had a really big trackpad. And it has integrated click as well, which is physical. This is a very timeless design, and it's really aged very well, where future MacBooks continue to be smaller and more like a wedge shaped, where this one is just a little more chunkier with a glowing Apple logo to boot. This thing is pretty heavy. This one weighs about 2 kilograms. It's still a bit thick. It has all the ports you'd want in this device. It has Generation 2 MagSafe, Ethernet, FireWire, Thunderbolt, second generation, and 2 USB ports that are both 3.0, an SD card reader, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Along with the battery display, it's telling me right now that it's about 70% charged, and of course the CD drive and a Kensington lock. And they also still had a little LED light if it's asleep or not, and a microphone. 10 Phillips head screws on the back. Very upgradable. This screen had a 13.3 widescreen display, 1280 by 800 pixels. So about 720p, it looks pretty good for an LED display. You can really display all the content you want, Netflix and all. You can actually output a second monitor at 2560 by 1600, which is about 1440p or 2K. You can bump up the pixels here, and you just need a little dongle if you want to go Thunderbolt to HDMI or VGA or anything. You can output right from the display port to any monitor. Some monitors do DisplayPort. Yeah, this one with 2.1 DisplayPort technology, it's a really nice little feature to have. This can be updated up to macOS Catalina. You can't update to Big Sur, but you can actually use a patcher to update this to Big Sur if you'd like. You can really only use the unsupported patcher on 2012 MacBooks, but this one is still very capable. You can really do anything with this MacBook. You can AirDrop, AirPlay, it has Bluetooth, you can use AirPods on it. You can even use Final Cut if you'd like, or any App Store app, and you can download any third-party app and install anything from Safari. You can watch all of your favorite shows on Netflix and YouTube, and you can stream up to 1080p 60 FPS, so the sweet spot. This had pretty good performance for its time, a 2.5 gigahertz i5 dual-core processor, so the Ivy Bridge with 22 nanometer, and you can turbo boost this model up to 3.1 gigahertz. And with Intel HD Graphics 4000, not over 9000, but you know, you get the point. So for upgradability, you can really put in anything in this. I would suggest upgrading the SSD if you want this to be more future-proofed and to have better read and write speeds. As this one might be like 50 megabytes a second, you can get up to like 500 megabytes a second because this supports SATA 3. You'll be able to get the full performance out of an 870 EVO SSD, and that's a 2.5 inch. After you take out the Phillips head screws, you can just start repairing or upgrading right away. You just pop out the back panel and you can go in and upgrade everything you'd like. You can take out the optical drive, put in 2 SSDs, you can RAID them, you can even upgrade the RAM up to 16 gigabytes, This one has 8 gigabytes and it shows that it can only go up to 8, but you can go up to 16. And really, like, everything about this laptop's very, very easy to fix or repair. It's a really compact little design in here. I've upgraded quite a few MacBooks. This 13-inch, I have upgraded in the past, a 15-inch, another older 2009 15-inch, and all of them are very similar. They're very straightforward. The SSD itself only is held down by one screw. You take that out and you can put in the new SATA drive, but just be careful because the cables are a little finicky. I think anyone can take a crack at it and upgrade these machines. They're really simple. With a full charge, you can get through most of the day. And with MagSafe to boot, you can just charge this thing and you can run over the cord with a motorcycle and this machine will be protected. Usually Apple's really good with battery life, and the energy saver mode on this, it can go to sleep right away. It can dim the display and the ambient light sensor. Even the keyboard brightness can be dimmed as well. And this is a full QWERTY keyboard with function buttons. So none of this touch bar stuff where it breaks instantly. And they might even be removing that in the future. This is a tried and true keyboard that Apple has made for a very long time, and they actually went back to this similar design. The newer ones have a bit bigger key switches, but the butterfly keyboard was pretty bad, and they actually went back to the 2015 version of these, and they're very clicky and very awesome. I would really suggest upgrading to this model or buying this model. Still has a very timeless design. If you want a little more performance, I would go for the quad-core 15-inch, but the 13-inch is a very capable machine, and if you get a higher variant of this machine, it will really last you. I would suggest upgrading it fully. So just take off the back panel and plug in an SSD, maybe if you want to do 2 SSDs as well. But put more RAM in and make sure that this machine is really, really beefed up, and you'll have a long time with this machine, as these still go for about 400 bucks on the used market. That's a really affordable price. It can be a little heavy at times, but I think this still is a very portable machine and a powerhouse if you can upgrade it and run the SSD. And the hard drive is still a little slow for anything basic like watching movies, writing documents on it, or getting you through school. This machine is a really awesome, capable laptop. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.